should be live. There we go. Get a safety belt on. Ooh, live for 15 seconds. So yeah, there's no having a beer with me tonight. I'm busy taking a bit of a drive. It's just asking me for a filter. Why would you ask me for a filter? Okay, here we go. Crying in a bucket. Let me do this properly. Hold on. I thought, to be honest, it was done properly. Obviously, it wasn't. There we go. There we go. Okay. So normally I'll have a drink on a Sunday afternoon with you guys. Not this time, today though. And there's a reason for that. It's really simple. I'm busy driving. So, but as soon as I get home, I shall have myself a beer or something. There we go. Well, hopefully the phone doesn't go flying again. Hopefully it behaves this time. That would be nice for a change. I'm driving the Saturn. I don't have any place for my phone to go in my Ford, so the decision was made for me whether I liked it or not. So here we go. Going for a bit of a drive. I might take the car for a quick wash. Should be fun. We shall see. But I think it's 70 at the moment in here where I live in North Carolina. And to be honest, the weather is just touching perfection. Sun's going down. I've got a window open. Life is just good. I get to experience vertical stream. Apparently, I saw on YouTube's creator their videos they put out on a weekly basis. Apparently, now you can go horizontal live, so that should be interesting. I think that's what I saw. May have been busy doing something else while I was checking that out, so don't hold it against me. There we go. But for the most part, life's good. The week was astronomically good, intense. Um, but no complaints from me. I mean, what am I going to complain about? There's nothing really to complain about. So that's good. Oh, there we go. Vigorous driving. That's normally the case. So today, March 17, I made a short about this. Today, March 17, was in 1992 a day we voted in against apartheid. So I spoke about that. Something I did not explain at that stage in the video was this was in South Africa. Let's just be clear about it. And a lot's changed in South Africa since then. Some of it good, some of it not so good. But coming from there and then going back 2 years ago, in the last 15 years since I've been there, definitely 100% better than what it was when I left. So I'd give it a thumbs up, I'd say. So that's just my opinion. I'm willing to be wrong at any stage if somebody's willing to prove me wrong, but that was my experience. So yeah, I'd say there's a solid improvement. I think I can close this now and turn on the AC. It is definitely that kind of weather. And then there we go. So it had this thing where you could, I don't know, change a setting or something. Had a filter or something. I'm not a filter kind of person. Please don't ever expect that from me. Also, the other thing is I am busy driving, so if you type something, can't read it, my apologies. But yeah, this coming week, this coming week's going to be interesting. How's that? This coming week's going to be interesting. And I'll tell you why. I have a couple of things happening at the same time this week. I haven't done a live stream a day in probably about 3, 4 months. This week, every single night, Zach will be working. So I will have to take him to work. And with the sun setting a little bit later now than what it did before, I think it's a good idea to maybe hop on a live stream every night, do a quick, like, 20, 30 minute live stream, and life's good. I reckon that'll do just fine. And that's really my thinking for this weekend. I think this week's going to be it's going to be a bit interesting. I'm definitely expecting a lot of stuff to come down the pipeline. So I'm busy with a slightly longer video. I dropped one today or yesterday, um, but I'm definitely expecting this video that I'm busy working on for it to finish and finalize. I was working on it just before I left home. My my wife and my daughter is at home. That's why I'm not streaming from home. And Haven has this uncanny ability to always find me, and when she finds me, she takes all my attention. So I don't share too much of her on YouTube. I do have a couple of videos, but nothing major. She just comes in and takes over. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, this week's promising to be something interesting, I'd say. We definitely have a lot happening. I have some people coming to into the office, so that's going to be interesting from up north and from the south. So it's going to be interesting, and we will see how that goes this week. Apart from that, I can't think of anything interesting. I saw a couple of people joining, um, and that's always fun. So, but yeah, I haven't done a live stream from the car. I hope the quality is good. I'll go back and watch this one because I have no idea what the quality is like streaming from your phone and whether that's good. But yeah, always fun. Um, Tomorrow, Monday, promises to be interesting. I can't think of everything off the top of my head, but tomorrow's going to be interesting because I haven't done a live stream on a Monday in the evening in quite a while, and this week I I am planning on doing literally one a day. So by Friday, I'm going to be completely naked because this is obviously like a ton of stuff. There we go. Made it. I tell you what, it is nice to start driving with your AC on. It's just brilliant, really, because it was it was getting a bit tedious during the winter. It was definitely getting a bit tedious during the winter to constantly um, wear tons of jackets and always having heat on in the car, always having heat on in the house. Today was the first time in a little bit where I had doors open and my glass door open and just getting some fresh air in the house, especially in the basement. Um, this is fixing up the room, and so it was good. I'm just sanding down doors and painting, doing all sorts of stuff. It's fun, obviously. So yeah, it's nice to take a break outside the house, just going for a drive. The car needs a wash. It is apocalyptically dirty. And last year, the car cover for my little set broke. So I have not had a car cover on it since end of summer last year, so around about August last year. So, and I've taken the car for a bit of a wash every now and then, but still, um, it's never ever nice. So, yeah. Now I'm taking the car for a bit of a wash. I think that would be appropriate today. And then after I've done that, I think um, I'll take the car on the inside for a proper cleaning. It's definitely required, especially if you think about next week being a little bit busy. And I think definitely Monday I'll have to drive this car. My wife's at home on Monday, so she'll take care of Haven. Maybe I'll take care of Haven in the morning. Then she'll take care of Zach in the afternoon, but then I've got to go pick him up. So, yeah, it's interesting. Driving the set for the first time a little bit. I don't get to enjoy the car that much anymore. It's just the way things are. So, all good. Let's just make sure the windows are nice and closed. Everything's fine. I would hate for windows to be a little bit open and take it through the car wash and wait. Nobody wants that, especially me. Oh, it's a tornado. None of that. Mate, I'm very busy driving. I appreciate you saying hello. I say hello back. I'm sorry that I can't read the screen at the moment. But yeah, appreciate you joining, by the way. Thank you. And I hope you stay along for the ride as we take this car for a bit of a wash. Um, how many live streams have you had in your life where you sit in the car wash? Hopefully not many. Oh, we have some company, definitely. So I just have to get out and pay quickly. guys wouldn't mind just holding. Hello, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Hang on. There we go. That wasn't too bad. I see some people left. Well, that's okay. There we go. Oh yeah, I will be safe. Sorry. There we go. Oh, fine. Switch the car off. So nice to have a, a little bit of quiet time. They changed the system here. Normally, we had a really basic system to pay for. Um, Normally, we had like a really basic system. If you washed your car, you would be able to roll the window down, stick your card in, to make a selection, and that would be it. What they've done is they've taken this system, really basic system, and they've given you options, which is possibly, in my opinion, the worst thing you can do. Because all I want to do is wash my car. But now you have like 15 different cycles, and to go through that from the inside of a car is just, it's not comfortable. So I have a very basic rule. I stop, I go and make my opinion. I think about it this way. All I do is sit down and watch my car. What state am I from? I am in North Carolina. Yeah. So the nice thing about North Carolina is we don't have those really harsh winters. We don't have those really, well, summers are pretty further southern states. I was talking to a mate of mine in Florida just before this live stream, and he was talking about it being 85 at the moment. Insane. I appreciate it. Some pre-cleaning, whatever going on. I take it. That's fine. Yeah. Um. So, if you just joined, you haven't joined before. I'm at a car wash at the moment. I thought it would be fun to live stream from a car wash for a change. Um, but yeah, it's just, I suppose, my idea of fun. I had a look at a couple of other car washes, and this one, in my opinion, is the most comfortable as far as I can tell. It has none of those spinny things. I'm always scared of it snagging somewhere on your car and ripping something off, just destroying the car. Something, I don't know, paranoia, I suppose. But yeah, all good. Um, so just so you know, this process normally takes about, I don't know, about 5 minutes for it to finish, and it goes through like 5 different stages. But yeah, lovely. Um, so I haven't spoken in a bit about a couple of comments this week was really around uh, old, well, a couple of old videos I made about Fields of Nephilim. So it was kind of interesting. I forget who mentioned it, but it was uh, somebody mentioned something about um, they wish that somebody would make like a Fields of Nephilim a documentary about uh, uh, Carl McCoy and the band and so on. I thought, hang on, this is an interesting little project to actually get involved in. So that's something that I would seriously consider doing. So I started some of the reading on the band, and I must be honest, I'm completely fascinated by it. It's definitely worthwhile reading. So I'm busy setting up like a timeline. Cheers. So I'm busy setting up a bit of a timeline and just getting things ready for how I want to structure a documentary. I've never done that, to be honest. So I think it would be fascinating to do that, to go through the process and um, structuring it in a fashion where it's something that would make sense to somebody watching it. So I think one of the main things that I want to contribute to this project, other than the research and the filming and so on, is really getting some buy-in from others on this. So I was thinking, I've got a couple of mates who still they're still into gothic and rock music and metal and so on. I thought it would be a fun project to kind of involve them in some of the stuff. So I think that's something that I'm probably looking at doing. And I have no idea how long it takes, to be honest. I think it can't take more than, what, a week or two, depending on the amount of research you have to do. I know there's quite a few documentaries on Sisters of Mercy and Andrew Eldridge out there. I haven't spoken about Sisters in a little bit, but I mean, those are always fun watching. So I haven't seen anything on Cole McCoy, haven't seen anything on Fields of Netflix. So I thought it would be a fun project to do. By the way, if it's allowed, I apologize for it. It's the car's being dried, so that's always noisy. Sorry about it. Ooh, it's even loud inside the car, so I have no idea how bad it must be for you guys. I apologize for that in advance. Sorry, didn't think about that, did I? Um, so yeah, I thought it would be a fun little project to get cracking on Fields of Nephilim, Cole McCoy, and the band. I saw there was a ton of interviews with the band, so it should be fun to record something like that. You know, like I said, I have no idea how long it would take to record something like that. So in a week or two. Well, that's just my very. I'm very willing to accept the fact that I may be wrong, and if that's the case, my apologies. I mean, how long can it be? You do a week's research, a couple of days research, and then you do the filming. And normally, while you do the filming and the editing, that's normally when you realize, okay, I'm missing something here, or I've got a gap there, or I need to, you know, plug the holes in the video. That's something that I've learned this last, I don't know, month. How many holes exist in videos? So normally I try to um, film something, watch it two, three times, and then have a day in between, and then watch it again, just to make sure that whatever I'm looking at makes sense to me. I've had some time to digest um, whatever I'm thinking, so that's kind of my headspace. Um, I want to say I apologize if you type something. I can't read it. I'm busy driving. Sorry, mate. But thank you for joining. I appreciate you joining. I'm busy talking about a comment that came through this week on a probably a year or two old Phil to the Nephilim video I pushed out, and the comment was they wish that somebody would make a documentary on Phil to the Nephilim, Cole McCoy, and so on. I saw there were a ton of footage. I did not see a documentary, and I think that kind of warrants it. It's a bloody good point. So it's something that I'll definitely do the research, complete it, and um, and film it, edit it, and so on. I'm busy with the video at the moment, so yeah, it's, I mean, how hard can it be? I've tried to stay away from longer format videos because then you've got to fire up the old MacBook and have to open Final Cut Pro and do a bunch of stuff. Whereas the shorts is just, it's a 30-second thought that you're sharing. So it's a thought. It's a lot more work, and I've always said that I feel YouTube shouldn't be like a second job. It shouldn't be something that takes away, just a ton of effort from you. It should be something that's a lot of fun and short, not bashing long format video, but short. They're a lot of fun. I normally try and have a bit of a laugh making it, and apart from it being fun, it takes up. Oh, I mean, I don't want to diminish shorts, to be honest, but it normally takes 5 minutes out of my day. It takes like a minute to come up with something to record, another minute to record, and like a minute or two to edit, and I drop it on YouTube, and that's my kind of idea of, to be very, very honest with you. I think that shorts is not necessarily the future. I think that shorts it's worth it. It's 100% worth purely because you can sit down, film something, watch something. You can you can create an entire short during your lunchtime or a tea break, something to that effect. So that's my idea of an entire project. So for me saying that Fields of the Nephilim, a documentary of some sort, unofficial, obviously, documentary, for me to say that it takes a week or two, that's stretching it because in my mind, I'm thinking how many shorts you have to put together to get to a documentary. In other words, you have to make, if it's a 30-minute documentary, you have to make 30 short videos that could be rendered as a short. might be mistaken. I might be overthinking it. So 30 times 5, 10 times 5 would be 50. So it's 150 minutes that I'm looking at. And we're not talking about 150 minutes. We're talking about weeks. Now, I do have some, um, not this week coming now, but the week after, I am looking at taking a couple of days off. When I say a couple of days off, there are still a couple of things that I have to do. So I'll be doing that. So we're talking about out of a, let's say, 8 hour day, I'm working 2 hours in the morning, 5 to 7, something to that effect, 6 to 8 in the mornings, and then the rest of the day I take off. Thank you for stopping. You know, when somebody races to a stop street, when they stop, appreciate you stopping. But I'm always nervous as a driver whether they're really going to stop or not. So I'm just saying, but not in judgment, just as a general rule. The cherry blossoms are out in full force. Don't want to look that way. There's a lady walking there. I don't want her to think that I'm looking at her. We all know how that turns out. We put you on TikTok and shame you apocalyptically. None of us want that. Now, at least if she records me, she gets the back of my head. Or my head looks. But yeah, cherry blossom, just gorgeous this year. I'm not used to seeing the cherry blossoms in full force. I don't know how I normally miss it, but I obviously miss it every year. So be it. I will just take this in a stride. But anyway, oh, that's a nice basket. Oh, that's beautiful. Coming from a man driving a Saturn at the moment. But it's my Saturn. I kind of love the little car. Okay, I must make a documentary on a Saturn. No, no, stay focused. Don't get distracted. Stay with Phil to the Netflix. But anyways, we're not going to get distracted. There we go. So these are a lot of new developments in my area. For some reason, cannot explain it. There's a ton of houses people tore down where it was an open lot, basically. Tore it down completely and rebuilt the house from beginning to end. Now, my house was built 1955, if I remember correctly, and it's due some update, shall we say. Now, I want to first finish the basement. I think that's fairly important. I have a couple of bedrooms and spare bedrooms downstairs, and I want to get that nice and looking good. I think the people that have the house before us, they, how shall I say, they were struggling in some form or fashion, and they've neglected it a bit. So now it's just a thing of fixing it up, which we're doing. So that's fine, and that's fine. Um, but yeah, it's so nice to have the AC up and running in the car. I think I drove this car from 2011. I think we started fixing this car in 2011, and it's an ongoing process. This car, when I got it, the roof lining was falling down. The window was cracked. The radiator was gone. It was leaking oil like a sieve. It's still leaking oil. Well, let's rephrase that. It started leaking oil again. I'm going to have to jump in this car and have a look at it at some stage. I never get to drive this little car. It's such a lovely car to drive. I miss the old girl. So that was always fun. But I haven't played here in the US, and he said that he would come visit, and unfortunately that did not happen because we had a plan that we would go play golf. Um, Unfortunately, that did not happen. So it's all good. Nothing major. I do miss it. One of the things in South Africa that I loved about playing golf was going for a walk and just hitting a ball, especially on a Friday afternoon. You know those Friday afternoons where you would rather do anything but work? Those Friday afternoons. That's what I'm talking about. So going to play golf, having a couple of beers, going to play golf, that's my idea of fun. Well, it was at that stage. Now at the moment, I must be honest, taking the car for a drive is just as therapeutic. Possibly, possibly, it's better than playing golf. I don't want to say outright it is, but it's possibly better than playing. Just sitting in the car, going for a drive, thinking about life, thinking about life choices, establishing a connection between you and the decisions you're going to make this week, the ones you know about. That's finding peace, understanding why you're making a decision. I find a lot of peace in it. So a lot of times, and that's what I hate about a bad economy, because then it just it takes away your ability to go driving. But under normal circumstances, I I like to go for a drive, especially in my neighborhood here where I live, and just go for a drive, take it easy, and just think about life, explaining things to yourself, how you see it, what your values are, why you want to make a decision, how much would that influence your value system, where would that take your thinking, and would you feel like a sellout afterwards? That kind of stuff. So once you've made those decisions, life is just simple. If you understand who you are and why you made a decision, I think you're 90% there, in my opinion. The 10% you need to figure out, well, those are just the little things in life. Oh, that is a cool old truck. 80 something. 80, well, when I say old, I don't mean 100 years old, 50 years old. Although, when you think about it, if you were born in the 1980s, you are now, wow, 40 years old. Can it be? No, it's impossible to think, but true. I think I've said enough during this live stream. I shared a lot, giving you guys a glimpse into what I'm thinking of doing. So expect a, a documentary within the next couple of days. But yeah, I think it's time to call it. 5 minutes away from home. Uh, if you recently joined, thank you so much for joining. We're going to call the live stream here. Bit of a different stream. No beers, no whiskey. I might have one in a couple of minutes as soon as I get home. But yeah, no alcohol, nothing. So slightly different stream. I suppose. Well, this wasn't kids friendly by no means, but it was alcohol free. Maybe I should do this more often. Anyways, thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys have just the best week ahead. And yeah, drop me a comment. Let me know how the week was. I'd love to hear about it. But for now, I'll say thanks for joining. Have a safe week. Have a great week. Cheers. Bye.